Hello, my name is Jacob and today I'll be showing you how to perform a sales summary report within Merchant Advantage POS software. Okay, so to begin, when you're on the home screen of Merchant Advantage POS, you're going to go to the menu button in the top right corner. Go ahead and click the menu button, and you'll see this button right here called Reports. Go ahead and click on that Reports button, and enter your passcode in order to enter the reports. And now that the reports page is loaded, you can see that we are already selected under the sales summary report. So right here, you will see your current sales summary report just generated normally by the software. You'll see here is a date filter and just other filters here. First thing we want to do is go to this little gear. We're going to hit this little gear here and you'll see this button that says reset local data. It's important to do this to clear out some processes that may be taking up speed on your processor. This is not going to in any way remove any data from your reports, so it is completely safe to go ahead and hit this button. Once we see that the local data is cleared, we can go ahead and filter our reports. So to begin with, I'm going to start with this date field. As you can see here, this drop-down box will allow us to run daily reports, weekly reports, monthly reports, and so on. If you click any of these buttons, say I hit the daily report, you'll see that this field right here will update to the current day. As you found right here, today is the 11th of February, so this updated to the 11th of February. Same thing if I hit week, it will update to the week of this current date. Now we can scroll between weeks, days, months, etc. using these arrows. So if I have week selected, you'll see these two boxes. If I hit this back arrow, it'll go back through every single week of the year. Alternatively, if I hit the forward arrow, it'll go back forward. Now it'll do that with all of these. If you hit day, it'll go daily. If you go month, monthly, and so on, depending on your preference. Now, if we don't want to do a month or we want to select a special date range, we can go ahead and click directly on these dates. Make sure that if you select a date that you are clicking directly on the number. A lot of times you'll find people call in and they're just simply hitting this done button. These fields will not update if you do not click directly on the number. So go ahead and click directly on, say I want December 6th, click directly on the 6th, and that will update this number here. All right, to begin, I'm going to show you a daily report. So let's go ahead and select day, and let me select a day that I know that the office has rung up orders. So as you can see here, I scrolled back to January 15th of 2019. Once I clicked here, I hit this view button. I'll go ahead and hit it again so that you can see what it does. It'll simply just process and it'll show the updated view here on the left. So here you'll see the sales summary report for Tuesday, January 15th of 2019. This report will give you a bunch of updated information for the sales for this day. For example, here's some transaction data. Here's your first transaction of the day and your last transaction of the day. Here are the total count of the transactions. So on this particular day, there were 5 transactions run, and the average subtotal of those transactions was $3.90. In this field, we have our totals. As you can see here, we have a subtotal of what was paid and all of our tax values. In this case, we only have one tax applied to the business. Here, your payment section will show what kind of payments have been used. So in this case, only cash transactions were rung. There were no credit card or any other transaction types rung here. And at this bottom, you have a sales subtotal. And this will give you different categories and what items were rung up. So for example, on this day, we had 4 lottery tickets rung up totaling $8. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the date field, we can move on to this filter section. As you can see here, we can filter by specific users or whichever register the transactions were rung up on. So first, let me show you the user field. If we click down here, you'll see a list of users, which will be the list of employees at your business. So for our business, we have all of these employees. For the sake of this video, I know that TMS is what rang up most of these transactions. So let's sort by TMS and hit this view button. And you'll see right here that that filter has been applied as a user being TMS. And this will show all of the transaction data for TMS. Similarly, if we clear out this user transaction and we can go to the register. This will allow you to sort by specific registers that all items were rung up on. This is kind of confusing for our office, being as we have multiple licenses and most of our computers are named the same thing. but I know that this register right here, this POS 1, is where most of our transactions were rung up. So if I click here and hit view, you'll see that this filter was applied for this specific station. So what can you do if you do not simply want to view this in the software? Well, we have two options right here. We can go ahead and print this receipt to our primary printer set up in MAPOS. So if we go ahead and hit this print button, it will print a receipt with this data here on this receipt slip. Alternatively, you can send an email using this email button. So if we go ahead and click on this email, you will see maybe a few emails here for managers, and you can also enter a custom email address if you wish to send it to a special email address. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this video helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when we upload new videos.